Good afternoon, students. Are you hearing my voice? Okay, right. So, students, we discussed about the nature of history in the last class, and we discussed how the nature of history is there. And before going to the today's concept, is it history is as a part of science or social science or a part of art? I will give you the things regarding this concept today. And before going to that, I have to recap the points what we discussed in the last class as a part of nature of history. Okay, so history should be a study of the present in the light of the past. Okay, so history is the study of man. History deals with the man's struggle through the ages. Okay, so and history is a concern with the man in time. It deals with the series of events, and each event occurs at a given point in time. And human history, in fact, is the process of human development in time, and it is time which offers a perspective to events and lends a charm that brightens up the past. And history also is concerned with the man in space and the interaction of man on environment, and is a dynamic one. And history describes about the nations and human activities in the context of their physical and geographical environment, and which the history which also object to record of happenings, and everything which happened in the past which to be recorded, and you may arrange these in a chronological order. Okay, so every precaution is taken to base the data on original sources and make them free from object to interpretation. And history is a multi-sided one, and all aspects of life of a social group are closely interrelated, and historical happenings cover all the aspects of the life, not limited only to the political aspect that had so long dominated history. And you are well known that history is a dialogue between the events of the past and progressively emerging the future hence. Okay, so the historian's interpretation of the past is selection of significant and relevant events, and evolves with the progressive emergence of new goals. And it not only a narration but also analysis. Okay, so you can history you can see as a traditional one, because at the present scenario you have to be analysis. Okay, so you have to be give analysis on the events which you inserting in the history. And okay, so not only giving the narration but also you have to provide some analysis. Okay, so the selected happenings are not merely narrated. The casual relationship between them are properly analyzed. Okay, so you have to be analyzed. Okay, so the history is to be a continuity one, and which is coherence are the necessary requisites of history. Also, history carries the burden of human progress as it is passed down through the generation to generation and from society to the society, right? So justifying the essence of the continuity, and should be a relevant one. History should be a relevant one. In the study of history, only those events are included which are relevant to the understanding of the present life. And it should be a comprehensiveness. And according to modern concept, history is not confined to one period or country or nation, and it is also deals with all aspects of human life: political, social, economic, and religious, literary, aesthetic, physical. Okay, so such which giving a clear sense of world unity and world citizenship. Okay, so all these we discussed in the last class, and I have to before going to how is history is a art or science or social science, how in which section it comes under. Okay, so before going to that, I have to give one or two points regarding the modern concept of history, and because we already discussed about concept of history, and the modern history has gone behind the traditional status of an antiquarian and leisure time pursuit to very useful and indispensable part of a man's education. And it is more scientific and more comprehensive when compared to the past, when compared to the ancient and medieval and modern history. History should be a scientific and more comprehensive one, and it has expanded in all directions, both vertically and horizontally, and it has become broad-based and attractive. And according to this modern concept, history does not contain only the history of kings and queens, battles and generals, but the history of common man is house and clothing, his fields and their cultivation, and his continued efforts to protect his home and earth. Okay, so and to obtain a just government, his aspirations, achievements, and defeats and failures also. Okay, so it is not only the individual, but the communities and the societies are the subject of study of history here. And study of history depends our understanding of potentialities and the limitations of the present, and it has become a future-oriented study related to the contemporary problems. Okay, so for all these reasons, history has assumed the role of the human science. Okay, so as a part of this, you can say that history as a part of science, or as a part of art, or as a part of social science. Okay, so I will give you all these things. Before going to that, I will give you some things regarding who the Collingwood, R.G. Collingwood was one of the important historian, a philosopher, and archaeologist. He is best known for philosophical works, including the principles of art and the idea of history. Okay, so his idea of history gives you a lot of things, and you can get a lot of information and the basic things from the idea of history of the R.G. Collingwood. And he stated that the human must be examined historically rather than the psychological. Okay, so and according to his views, as per the Collingwood views, he held that history could not be studied in the same way as natural science because the internal thought processes of historical persons could not be perceived with the physical senses, and the past historical events could not be directly observed. And he pointed out a fundamental difference between knowing things in the present and or in the natural science and knowing history. And he, according to Collingwood, he maintained that historians must use their imaginations to reconstruct and understand the past. And because human events that have already taken place cannot be observed, and he argued that they must be imagined. And history can't proceed without philosophical presuppositions of a highly complex character. and it deals with the evidence and therefore makes some assumptions. Okay, so and I will give you, first of all, what is history, and then I will give you how the history comes under the science or social science or art. Okay, so history is a narrative text written in the present about the subject of the past using evidence that the past has left behind. Okay, so we already discussed in the last class as a part of the Yeats-Stark definition. History is an unending dialogue between past and present, where we can say that past is the record of events and present is nothing but the historian. Okay, so where the historian who arranges the past events in a chronological order. Okay, so another one, we already have the same concept on your screen. History is a dialogue between the present and also the past. Okay, so the same thing you have to be applied here, right? So another one is the history helps us understand the people and societies in the first place. History offers a storehouse of information about how people and societies live. Okay, so because you can have much things regarding by going through the history, by learn from the history. Okay, so you have to be known how the societies are in the past, how the people live, how they follow certain livelihood, how they get the food from various sources. Is there any developments happened? Is there any innovation taken place, or any ideological development or ideological innovation has taken place? You can get all these things from the history itself only. Okay, so and it is the study of the past, especially how it related to human significance, a set which is grounded in the application of recognized standards of evidence, inference, and a sound practice. Okay, so all these things you get from the history by following history and a search for laws of nature. You definitely have the things of nature or the things which related to nature you will get only through going through the history only. Okay, so and it is an inquiry aiming to get a close as possible to truth rather than mere opinion. Okay, so you definitely record the events on the basis of certain truths. Okay, so truth in the sense it's a clear witness. Okay, so you have to record the events which happened in the past. Must be on the basis of the clear cut evidence is nothing but the truth. Okay, so which is to be get as close as possible to the truth rather than mere opinion. Okay, so another one is it is an inquiry using the scientific method of verifiable and repeatable empirical testing of hypotheses. Okay, so history you should not narrate the same what you know and what you get, and you have to be analyzed. You have to be analyze the recorded one, and it should be on the basis of some empirical data to be provide an hypothesis. Okay, so we already discussed about the hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but a imaginary view. Okay, so a imaginary view which you have to be provided. Okay, next another one is how the science, you are well known that the science is nothing but a disciplined attempt to find out people, various things which are related to the history. Okay, sorry, it's related to the nature, and it should be a practical one, and you can prove through the practical. Okay, so where that require people to do a deeper theory. Usually, it's in the science you see number of subjects, mathematics, biological science, environmental science, physical science. Okay, so chemical science, organic and inorganic. So number of things you will get, you can see under the platform of science, but all these are based on the practical things. Okay, so by making the experiment, you get the accurate result. Okay, so you get the same result in any place, in any region, in any territory. Okay, so except in the space, you can get the same result with the similar environmental conditions. Okay, so but it's not possible with the social science. It's not possible in the arts. Okay, so and where how are the science and history related? And the science is students. Just I will give you some arguments which support the history as a science. Okay. So you are well known that science is the method of understanding the natural world, and history part of the natural world. Okay. So you already known about, you are aware about the things like where history is a mother of all sciences, not only social science but also the sciences and everything. Okay, so where the discoveries in the science make the history, and without history you would have to start things from scratch each time instead of picking up it up to where it was last left. Okay, so you have to be go through everything as a part of history. Okay, so it's somewhat supporting perspective is that history must be called as a science. Okay, consider it as a part of the science. Okay, so some of the support, some of them supporting it is against such arguments you find against history as a part of the science. Okay, so and some of them who supported the history is a part of both science and art. Okay, so first of all, I will give you the supporting argument first of all, and then I will give you the against arguments which against the history as a science. Okay, so history is a unique subject and possessing certain potentialities of both science and art also will get, and it does the inquiry of the truth. Thus, history is a science and is on the scientific basis. Okay, so it is also based on the narrative account of the past, and thus it is an part of a part of an art or part of a literature, piece of literature. And you also see physical and natural sciences are some of impersonal and impartial and capable of experimentation, whereas absolute impartiality is not possible in history. Okay, so you cannot get absolute impartiality in the history, because the historian is a narrator. He looks at the past from a certain point of view. Okay, so he cannot have he cannot have a certain idea over all things, but he had only a idea of certain things which as a part of history, and which taken place in the past. Okay, so and where historian as a narrator and sometimes has a analytical personality, you see, and history cannot remain at level of knowing only, and the construction and reconstruction of the past are inevitable parts of history. And like the work of art, and its wholeness, harmony, and truth are inseparable from a concrete and vivid appreciation of its parts. And history, in fact, is a social science and art, and it is in that light is flexibility, it's a variety, and some excitement, you see. And the one thing you have to be remember that where for the sciences, all the sciences, you find certain different laboratories where they can prove, and they can get the exact result by following certain equations or like that. But in the history, for the history, the whole world as a laboratory. Okay, so whole world as a laboratory, and you cannot get the same result because you can see, you can, all the results may be depend on the environment, and the society, and various races you find, their ideology is different, and their livelihood is different. Okay, so you cannot get the same results or same interpretation, same assumptions as a part of history, but you can support it comes as a you can say it as history as comes as a some partial part in the science. Okay, so and I will give you some of the arguments against history as a science, and because no forecasting, you see, as a part of history, and where history deals with the sequence of events, and each of them unique, while science is concerned with the routine appearance of the things, and aims at the generalization and the establishment of regularities governed by laws. Okay, so a historian cannot arrive at general principles or laws which may enable him to predict with certainty the occurrence of like events under given conditions. Okay, so a scientist, on the other hand, looks at knowledge from a universal angle, and arrives at certain generations that help him to control the present and predict the future. Okay, so whereas the scientist can have a universal knowledge, and he can prove in a certain conditions anyway. He can get the result, the same result at any place in the universe, but it cannot happen in the history. Okay, so a historian cannot do that in that corner. Okay, so and it is a complex one. History is a complex one, and the facts of history are very complicated and seldom repeat in the real sense of the term. Okay, so and it is also a varied one. The underlying facts of history have wide scope, and they are so varied that they can seldom to be uniform. Okay, so you can see some similar conditions, and sometimes they may different from one and another are like that, and no observation and experimentation is taken place. So as a part of history, you cannot see the observation and experimentation here. Historical data are not available for observation and experimentation, and no dependable data you see. And historical data are the products of human thoughts and action, which are constantly changing, and they therefore cannot provide dependable data for the formation of general principles and laws. Okay, so and based on these things, you cannot prove history as a science. Okay, so you cannot consider history as a part of the science. Okay, so all these things you have to be go through which other text what which to be available in the online or like that, and all these things you will get through certain text like already you have under the further readings and suggested readings in your syllabus. Okay, so EH Carr's text, what is history, and Collingwood idea of history, and what happened in history. You can also get the things from what happened in history, and the historical method by the historical method by the important or a prominent historian, nothing but E. Sridharan, also gives you a lot of, sorry, not E. Sridharan, another Sheikh Ali provided a lot of things regarding the theoretical theory of and the historical or historiography basically, and the E. Sridharan work on the historiography also provided a lot of things. Okay, so these are the best examples, the best texts. You'll get a lot of information regarding the historiography and the historical method. Okay, so dear students, this is end of my class now, and I will continue after 15 to 20 minutes later. We will discuss about the fourth paper, History of Mohammed, right? Have any queries or doubts? Now you are welcome to ask. Rajvardhan, Pratibha,
సార్ హాస్టల్స్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తారా?
తెలియదమ్మా, ఇక దానికి సంబంధించి ఇంకెలాంటి సర్క్యులర్గా ఏమి ఇష్యూ కాలేదు. ఏమన్నా ఉంటే మీకు చెప్పుకుంటాను. ఓకే, సో ఏమన్నా అప్డేట్స్ ఉంటే నేను మీకు చెప్తూ ఉంటా, పోస్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాను గ్రూప్లో. ఓకే, సో దీనికి క్లాసుకు సంబంధించి ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. సో దీని తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మనకి ఇంకొకటి మోడర్న్ వరల్డ్కి సంబంధించి ఒక క్లాస్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఒక 20 minutes గ్యాప్ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాం. ఓకే
ఓకే సార్.
రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఐ యామ్ డూయింగ్ మై క్లాస్.